Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening from whenever you're calling in from or watching this recording from. I hope we had a week, fantastic weekend. Um, I don't know how many of us saw the outcome of last week's movement. The market was so good to some of us. I hope everyone took advantage of those movements. Remember what I said that I were expecting some good moves in the market, and that's exactly what we got in the market. Most of our charts really played out the way we expected them to play out. Now, I do not want to say that I have, what's it called? I have a secret, what's it called now? A secret or some form of crystal ball to know what the market would do. I have the monopoly of what, of the forex market to understand, to know what it's gonna do. You know, I don't have that. It's just a simple analysis, just looking at what it's done before. Remember what I always say, the market has memory. It's just a simple analysis. Just analyze the market, constantly looking at the market, look for opportunities, look for how it used to behave. I mean, what it did last year, look at what it did 5 months ago, look at what it did 3 months ago. Just constantly looking at the market, just paying attention. And remember, guys, I told you that I save most of my charts. It's not like I have any secret weapon, any secret whatever whatsoever, that makes me able to predict the market. Nobody can actually predict the market accurately. All we do is just analyze the market. But what I have is just the experience. Just I've been looking at the market. I look at the market almost. Why am I saying almost every day? I look at the market every day. I'm constantly in the market, constantly not looking at what to trade in terms of I need to trade every market. Most times I'm looking at the market just to be able to understand how it's moving, just to have an idea of how it's moving, to confirm that my analysis or my bias is accurate, not necessarily trading them, even if they are, because the most important thing, that they say is practice. For you to become very good at something, you have to constantly practice, and you have to be constantly practicing it. So that is what I do. I may not necessarily trade them, but I'm constantly charting, I'm constantly marking it up, I'm constantly charting just to make sure that I'm, to find out how accurate I can get. Because at the end of the day, it's easy for you to be able to jump into the market, with peace of mind, because you've checked like 10, 20 trades or 50 trades, and maybe out of 50 trades, 48 accurate, you have 48 success rate. So that gives you a bit of confidence to be able to press that button. So that is why I advise that just look at the opportunities to mark the chart, not just trade in the market. Remember, first learn, then trade. First education, then money. First education, then money. If you get the education, money will come. I was just speaking to my brother-in-law today because he also wants to come into the forex market, and he was telling me how some people are asking for some amount of money and something out there. Just trying to let him know, if you're coming into this market, you're not coming into the market because you're coming in to make money, or you're coming to buy a house, coming into to buy gifts for your wife. By the way, happy Mother's Day for some of us that are celebrating Mother's Day, whatever part of your country. You're not coming in to buy something for yourself, to make money to eat. That is not this platform. That's not what the forex market is for. For now, forex market is an investment platform. It's just a place where you come in to invest in your future. Because if you're coming in now to make money for food, money for clothes, money for housing, you're going to lose more money. You're going to end up losing your house, losing your other clothes that you already have. So this place is a place for you to come in and learn, practice, prepare for your future, invest in your future, so that when you eventually get it together, if you already get the money, the capital that you need to trade, you can easily jump in with the knowledge that you have and make the money. So some people might need to do this for 5 years before they even begin to start seeing consistency. Some will need to do this for 10 years even, because based on what of the trainings I've been I started, or after I lost a lot of money, and I decided, okay, I need to really get this. Not that I wasn't getting, I got it, but then I think I kind of didn't have the patience and the experience that I needed. So most of them tell me you need to at least get 10 years out of this thing for you to begin to start seeing yourself, calling yourself a professional trader. So it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So we're not getting, it's not like there's a destination that we have to get to that we're trying to. No, we are constantly moving and constantly evolving as we progress in the market. And again, guys, you don't need 1,001 strategies for you to be able to make money in this market. I know people that only do support and resistance. They don't even do any other strategy. All they do support and resistance. Buy high, sell low. So buy low and sell high. That's all they do. So you don't need 1,001 strategies. Just practice what you know. 2 or 3 strategies. Practice. Even though you're using any of these other strategies, just have some of the ones that you're really confident and comfortable using, so that these other ones can just seem like what can I call it? Seem like a confirmation for you. So if every one of them tally, if every one of them align, then you can say, okay, I can easily confidently press the button. But don't trade 1,001 strategy. Today you're trading the Bolimba band. Tomorrow you're trading the pitchfork. The next day you're trading. No, don't do that, because you're just lacking focus. You have to have focus. Focus is one of the most powerful things that anybody can have. You want to get somewhere, you need to have focus. Which is what I do. I don't really trade. Yeah, I know you see me put a lot of these other things there. Harmonics. What's it called now? The advanced charts, advanced, or is it harmonics they call them? I use that sometimes, but I don't really trade with them only. But basically what I trade with support, resistance, trend lines. I use simple patterns and all of that. That's what I trade. I don't do beyond that. You don't see me with any kind of what's it called now? Indicators. Yeah, you don't see indicators on my charts. Not to say that those people that use indicators are not good traders, or they don't have. I find indicators just for me, it just makes the charts already my lines make my chart busy. Then adding indicators to it just pretty much complicates the whole thing. If whatever I can do with simple lines, why do I need to have indicators on them? Anyways, I didn't plan to make this long. I'm pretty sure this is going to be long. So I just wanted to just give you that pep talk, to just sit in, just put in, get your hands dirty. Just do the work, do all you can, because this is for your future. Invest in your future. Don't bother about what you can make now. The now doesn't really do it. If you need to get a job now, I think who was I watching? Was it this thing? One of my mentors, Tai Lopez. If you need to get a job now just to build capital, there's no crime in doing that. Just get your job, but make sure that you have a focus. You don't want to be in a job for 20 years. You don't want to be in a job for 30 years. You don't want to be there building somebody else's dream. Find a way of getting your own dream. But if you're going to use them to get your own capital so that you can build your own future, then that's okay. But if you don't have the capital now, get a job, find a job, and then get the capital so that you can invest in this thing, so that you can pay bills and all of that. Yeah, that's because those things are important for the short term, but for your future, you need to invest in something that will be able to pay you in your future, even when you retire. You understand what I'm talking about? So I just wanted to just throw that out there. So for today, I just want us to just look at the charts together, look at the news. News has been wonderful last week, so I expect it to be equally good this week. Starting from today is what time? Okay, this is 2 a.m. We're gonna be having the Chinese yen news. So I believe that may actually affect the yen anyway, but it's not. I'm not really a Sunday trader anyway. So for Monday, you can start seeing some movements. The USD and CAD. So these are some of the pairs we'll be looking at as well to see what to trade. So if you look at the news again, look at the news as a guidance. Just know, okay, if I'm going to have major news on the Aussie, for instance, I'm going to concentrate and look at some of the Aussie pairs and see how I can maximize the trades on those ones. So Monday, Tuesday, we have news releases for those pairs that we're looking at. Wednesday, again, Thursday, some might be a bit silent. Friday, NFP. So guys, just prepare for NFP. I'm not sure what is going to happen. Sometimes it goes very quickly, very rapidly, moves very fast. Some other times it's just no kind of movement at all. But just it's NFP week, so you also be careful still. So but you know what, you see what is happening, you see all of the pairs that will be trading in the market as they come. We have CAD, we have Aussie, we have USD, have which other one there, yeah, I don't think we have any NZD, but I'm still going to look at them because it may be, we may have NZD card like that we're looking at as well. So yep, that's what the news looks like. Now for the main pairs, guys, look at this particular one. This is what I'm really looking at this week. Now this is quite tricky. Why do I say it's tricky? Because if you look at this looks like you see, this looks like something that was going up. You see, was trying to push up and the bears pushed it back down. It tried to push up again and they pushed it back down. They tried to push it and they kept pushing it back down. They kept pushing it back. They pushed it back into structure. Now, this is one thing. It could be, you could see this as a break, a retest, but they tried to move up, but they couldn't, and the bears pulled it back down. So this could mean two things. It could mean that they could push it back to break this zone that they retested and then continue to the downside. That's very possible. Again, because of the fact that you can see all of this rejection happening here, you can see all of this rejection happening here. So that could be a possibility to say that this is going to continue to the downside, but that's not I'm not sure what is going to happen. But the only thing I know how to control is my money. I know to control my money, to know when I go in and when I get out. Right now my own bias for this thing is that it's going to go up, bounce off because of that break and retest. This is a strong level. You see how it's held it for a while. It's been in this, he got into this level, it couldn't break out. It broke out at this point. It had to have a strong candle to break it, and when it broke it, came back into it, bounce, came back into it. Now it's back into it now, so I'm expecting it to bounce. But because of this, the impulse, the strength of this bearish movement, possibilities that it might continue to push to the downside. Even also looking at the rejections here, but that's not to say that possibility of the upside is not there. So, but I'm more biased to the upside because of the break and retest. So I'm already in this trade, looking for it, because I remember what I told you guys that I'm going to take a trade here on my, put a sell limit here, buy limit here, and that's my buy limit has been kicked in, but I have my stop loss somewhere around here just to manage my trade just in case it goes south. But if it breaks this, now this is the trade. If it breaks this, I'm going to draw this so I don't forget. If this breaks and it breaks it heavily, all I'm going to do is just wait for it to come back and retest. I'm not going to jump in. If it breaks it and maybe breaks and takes me out of the trade, I'm not going to jump. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to wait for the trade to come back and retest that level. Then I'm going to look for my trade. So this is my trade for this week. I'm going to really look at this trade for this week. So, but my main bias is for the upside. I'm already in this. I'm very much in particular about the upside. Yep. So that's that one. So for some of you that want to trade this, also put that into consideration. Now Euro NZD. Again, remember that trade I said that I'm going to look for a trade at this level. When it comes to this level, then I'm expecting it to bounce off. That's some of you would think I'm a prophet. No, I'm not a prophet. It's just that I've been trying to analyze this market for some time. When I see it, I'm not always right. Of course, I miss trades most times. But then that is why you look for your levels, support and resistance levels, strong support and resistance levels, based on experience, based on what market has done before. Just look at the levels. If it's been there, then it's going to come back there. If it got there and bounced, then it's going to come back there. Sometimes it may come back 2 or 3 times before breaking it. Sometimes after the second time coming back, they just breaks it too. But there's no rule that says it has to be 3 times or 4 times. Sometimes it happens like that. But it's just for you to be able to take your chances on the trade. So I took my chance for this because I knew price, if it comes back here, you have the possibility of it breaking, bouncing off from that level. And yes, it did. It kind of pushed it a little bit below, and then bounce to the upside. Now I'm looking for opportunity to increase my positions. So I knew it was coming. I said it was coming down to that level. So I already have my sell limit, buy limit at this level. And what the price do? It was at this level when I saw that level coming in, and then what this price do? Price got into it and then rejected. So that tells me that okay, I found a good level for it. So even though eventually breaks down,
it doesn't matter. The fact that it was a level that price could turn at makes me feel okay. At least I know how to identify good levels where price will have a reaction, and that's the secret to that is just knowing what it did before. Look at the past. You know, when price got here, what did it do? It bounced. It got to this level, what did you do? It bounced. So you got to that level, what did you start having a reaction? So that tells me if price comes back to that level again, it's gonna have a reaction. It's as simple as that. There's nothing to it. That's all it takes. Just look at the level that price has touched before. If it comes back to that level, it's gonna have a reaction. Even though it's 10 pips you take out from this level, it's absolutely fine. Some people just want 10 pips out of the market. So you can just take 10, 20 pips out of that level. If price comes into it, that's all you take. Take it and just get out of the market, you know. So that's just that one. I'm expecting this to push back to the upside and possibly push back to that level and possibly even still go back to that this particular level for that 1,000 plus pips that we're looking at last week. Remember why I'm trading this double bottom? I'm trading it because of this double bottom that I'm anticipating. So that's the Euro NZD. GBP Aussie. You guys already know that we were trying to maximize, take advantage of this double top. You know, it kind of pushed up and then what did it do? Dropped massively, and then some reason it pushed up again, and it pushed up at this level and then it's not rejected and then it's coming down. So I knew again based on analysis that it's gonna, if it breaks this level, it's gonna retest and then drop. What did you see? It broke it. I think I entered at this level and then price kind of came back. That retest I was expecting, it came back, retested, pushed to the upside, and then they're dropping. So this may be your fine for some people. This may be where you TP, but I'm still looking for opportunity for this to continue to the downside. You know, so you may TP here if you like, TP here and wait till it breaks this level again. You know, so look at the different levels. Now, if I'm to trade this, I'm already in this. I'm expecting this to break this. So if it breaks this, I'm going to look for another opportunity to trade this. I'm going to look for an opportunity to enter my third position. You know, that's why your levels are very key because they give you trading levels, levels to enter another trade and levels to TP as well. So I'm looking for this level now. I'm looking for that level. So price to come down, retest that level, break that level, retest that level, and then I'll take another position. So I'll have how many positions? I think I would have only 2 or 3. I can't remember if I'm still okay. I think I got out of this trade because of that reject. Price coming back into it came back and hit me out in profit. So that was GA. CAD yen. I'm not looking at this one. The DAX. The dollar index. Yeah, I remember, guys, I said when I saw it at that level, based on that move, I saw that move happen. I saw price at that level, and I said it's coming back down because of that level it created. Did that, came back, came up, came back to it, did that, and I knew it was coming back into that level, and then that is what we saw happen. You know, came back into that level, and from there, I said it was going up, and then as you can see, it's going up. So I used that as a yardstick for me to trade the euro dollar. You know, so because they have negative correlation. You know, if this is coming down, it means the euro dollar will be going up. If this is going up, mean the euro dollar will be coming down. So that's what we're seeing now. So I'm expecting this may actually push up to that level. You know, but anything is possible. It may just push up to that level. But if it does, you're probably going to start looking for opportunity to. If you're not in this trade already, just leave it. Look for opportunity to enter at the top. Look for a trade at the top, which means that you're probably going to be looking at the euro dollar. Excuse me. Now look at what the euro dollar is. Now I have a little bit of challenge right now because I'm looking at the euro dollar right now. Euro dollar is at a key level as well. So meaning that there's a possibility for it to start pushing up. But the only reason why this is going to push up is if the euro is stronger than the dollar. Yep. Or let's say the dollar is going up as well as the euro. Because if I say the dollar is going up here, then I should expect the euro dollar, the EU to be dropping. Yep. Based on what their normal analysis are. But if it is at a key level, what can happen is that maybe the euro will become strong, but that's just a very big maybe. The euro will become strong, and if that happens, then it means that it's going to just go in line with what the dollar is doing and then continue to push up. Why? Because it's at a key level right now. So if that doesn't happen, then it means that what we're going to get is the euro to continue dropping based on the move of the dollar index. Yep. So this may just happen. Yep. This may just continue to the downside. Just continue to the downside, break, retest, and then continue to the downside. But we can't really tell now, can we? So what we just have to do, I have that. I think I'm in this euro dollar for a buy. It was a risky trade though. I just wanted to just take take it, but then I have a stop loss in place anyway. I just wanted to take it because of that level. That level that I see. But my stop loss is here. If it comes in and breaks it out, I'm out. I'm just gonna leave it for now till this gets to that level. If this gets to that level, I start looking for my trade again. Why? Remember again, price every time price got to that level, key level. Remember what I said about key level? Key level drop, then broke it, came back into it, and bounced, came back into it, broke it, retested, and then drop. Came back into it, drop, came back into it, drop. So I'm looking for this to come back into it and then drop. So this is what I'm looking for right now in this trade. This to be my trade. My trade will be this one right there. So guys, if you want to stay on this, if you don't need to trade this euro dollar because it has a lot of certainties. You can leave it for now. Leave the euro dollar for now if you don't want to trade it until you watch this, monitor this one instead. Let this get to that level, then you start looking for your trade. USD JPY. Now, this I may say that this would be valid for me to trade. Why? Because inverted head and shoulder, and with the fact that the dollar is going up, I would say, okay, fine. I'm still in this one as well. It's really silly because I'm here in the buy. I mean, UJ in the buy. I'm in EU in the buy as well. It's quite risky. Either one of them would win, or both of them could win. Yeah, that's also possible. And you can see, I think I entered at this level. So price came back, broke it, as we said when we saw it at this level, I think, and then it came back into its trade taking, and then you see it pushing up, but it's doing all of that weak thing, indecision things happen all over the place, weeks everywhere. But what we're really waiting for is for this to push up to that level. This is what we're really waiting for. At that level, we'll start looking for more opportunities, either to continue to the upside, to that level, or to reject and then drop back to the downside. But right now, this is where we are at. If you're not yet in this one, just ignore this one altogether because it's too close to the top. Yeah, but you just want to scalp, then you know what to do. Just draw your line around here. Remember how we roll. Draw your line around here, and then price come into it, and then you can buy to that place. Yep. So that's that one. I know I spent so much time talking from the beginning, so I'm just gonna try and see how I can shorten this video. Now remember this one as well. We're looking for that double top to happen. Yes, price kind of gave us what we wanted, gave us what we wanted, but as you can see, it drops and then push back up. So now what we're expecting, I expected this thing to come to, that's why I had this markup. If it breaks that level, that's my next trade. You know where we're going to, right, guys? So I'm expecting this to come back into that place. So it may come here and bounce, but if it breaks that, then it's coming back, it's coming down here. Why do I say it may come back and bounce? Because of this, see, that bounce, that bounce, that bounce, and that bounce. So I'm expecting that to happen again, this to come back into that level. So if it comes back into that level, might see that may be my trade here. Then we'll now start looking for another bounce. But if it breaks it, then it's coming down. So right now, this is where it is at. It is still struggling. So if you, I have a sell limit here, waiting for here. So if this breaks up, comes back into it, then I might look for a trade that to offer me a very good risk to reward. But if I just jump in at this level, this is all of this is going to be my risk. But if I enter at this level, this will be my risk. So right now, I am not in this yet. Now, two places I will look for a trade. If you want to trade this one, is this level, that strong level. So price needs to break that level. I already have that thing created. So price needs to break that level, retest it, and then you can look for your trade down there. Or price needs to go up into that level, and then you can look for your trade, back down there. Yep. So that's your U Swiss franc, dollar Swiss franc. Okay, dollar card. Remember, guys, I told you that price is going to come. I missed this move. So I said price is going to come back into it and then continue to drop. Yes, it came back into it. So now the drop is happening. So we're not sure how far this drop is going to go, but we're just going to follow based on that trend line. Remember this trend line that we marked since how many months ago? In fact, I think last year. So we're expecting price to come back down there, but it's really been struggling. It's really been struggling. This head and inverted head and shoulder, we thought that would play out at one hand, but then it's been struggling as well. It did that double top, and then okay, we're just expecting that to just keep happening. Anyone, but whichever one happens, we play with it. If that doesn't happen, then possibly price will just do this, come down, then probably push up again, then come back into it, and then continue to the upside, to complete, maybe continue and complete that inverted head and shoulder. But I strongly doubt that inverted head and shoulder is going to play out anymore. You know, General consensus now is for price to continue to the downside. Yeah, but you also know that the dollar is a strong currency. The card is also a strong currency. So we can't really say that because the dollar index is pushing up, then we expect this to continue to push up. We can't really say that because card is also a strong currency. It could decide to to push, so what's it called now, to also push up or something. I don't know, or maybe take the whole thing down, or they become so weak or something. But you also have to factor that in as you trade. Factor that in as you trade. So now, if you're not in this yet, I would say you can still get your put your sell limit at this level and see, maybe price will generally come back into it. May not just be a pullback, like they may just come back into it before that drop. But let me drop down to the smaller time frame. Again, guys, know why, you already know why I do higher time frames. Higher time frame just gives you a global picture of what is going to happen in the market, so that you can have an idea of where, if you're entering the market, you already know where price is going to, so you are not taking unawares. Because if you're right now, you may think the trend is up because you're on the 1 hour, but by the time you go to the weekly, you discover that the trend is actually down. So your mind, you might be thinking this is going to continue up, and then what did you see? You see that massive drop. So that's why you have to pay attention to your higher time frame as well as your lower time frame. Yep. So this may just keep happening. So this is where we are at. That may just keep happening, but you can see that is as an example of a flag. So that may just happen and then continue to the downside. But again, the fact that it's forming a flag doesn't mean that it's going to play a flag is going to play out. I've learned that the hard way. Anytime I saw a flag, I felt okay, it's going to play out. But that's not always the case. So this may just push to the upside and then continue to the. But then the general belief is that once you see a flag right like this, you expect this to continue to the downside. So I would definitely always have my first bias that price is going to come down when it forms a flag, but I'll do that with a stop loss just in case that doesn't play out. So that's what you have on USD card. Now, NZD card, another good move. Guys, I said that was going to happen. Price is going to push up and then continue to the downside. And what did you see? Price pushed up and then moved down. So right now, this is where we're at. I wanted to kind of to see it was forming a flag at this level. So I said it was going to break out of that flag. And what did it do? Broke out. Now, this is where it is at now. Anything is possible. It could just bounce back up from that level that it is at now. It could just bounce back up, and then because of that strong, let me show you on the higher time frame so you can see what I mean. Because of that that strong level, it could break. This might just be a breakout to retest this so that it can come and bounce to the upside. That may just happen, but I'm not very if it's going up, I'm not really particular about the upside. I'm more particular about the downside. Why? Because of that. Remember, we were looking at that channel, for price bounce drop, bounce drop, bounce drop. So we're looking for this to be another bounce, but it's been consolidating here. This was a fake breakout as far as I'm concerned. So this may just continue to the downside. Our general trade is up down here. This is the trade that we're looking for. That's the trade we're looking for. So I'm not very particular about the upside. Anything that goes up on this one is not really my cup of tea. I'm just gonna let it alone. But this is where I'm looking for my trade. So this one, if this continues to the downside, we're gonna see that retest at that level, and then price is gonna keep pushing down. So that's NZD card. NZD card. Next one. Yep, I was looking at this one as well. Why? Because of that Gatli. Excuse me, let me just put this in silent. Looking at that Gatli, you know saying that I wanted this to push to the upside to enter that level, that 78.6 level, and then push down. It pushed kind of close, and then start seeing all of that reaction. But then I'm not taking this trade anyway. I remember what what's it called now? Swiss franc yen has been misbehaving sometime. So I'm not gonna take this. I just wanted to just let you have an idea of how the Gatli works. But that's not to say that if for instance for some reason I see this push into that level, you know, and it's a very good player. It doesn't I see some good was opportunities. I will not take it. I'm gonna look for opportunities to take it, but then I will not sleep in it. I will do it with the stop loss as well. But this looks like a good trade. So if you want to do it, you can put a buy a sell limit at that level 111.610 level, and then look for a trade there. But you know where your stop loss is going to be. Stop loss is going to be above this level. So that's something you also have to put into consideration, because your stop loss should always be the previous high of that what's it called now, of that leg, that impulse leg, the above that impulse leg. So that's the general rule for trading any of these harmonic patterns. Okay, AUDNZD. This is one trade that I did not feel too happy about, because I was really waiting for it to come into that level. Remember the buy limit level? We knew this was gonna happen. Remember, guys, we knew this was gonna happen. We were always waiting for it to happen. That price may just where is it now? Price may just bounce off. Okay, I think I deleted the other one. That price may just bounce off this level to the upside. If it doesn't bounce off at this level, I think it was when it was at this level that we felt that may happen. But if it doesn't, then we're gonna see it break and then possibly come down. So it broke, retested, and dropped. So we're waiting for it to come all the way down here and take us into the market. But then okay, went short, left us behind. So right now I'm expecting this to continue to the upside, possibly to that level. Remember what we marked? Let me see. Yep, strong level, and then every time we got to that level, it bounced, got to that level, it bounced. So we're expecting that to push up to that level. So right now maybe the move has begun, not a problem. We can always, now you don't need to buy this market yet because it's already begun. So this may be another flag forming. This may be another flag forming to offer you another opportunity to buy it. But then you can't enter because it's too close to that level. So you need to, let me see if I can carry this. This has always given me, okay, yeah, it's fine now. So maybe another flag forming. So your trade will be where I said give you the market buy above break above for a buy. So that will be your level. So just wait to see, make sure you see a break above this level, because it's safer to see a break above that level, and then you can look for your buy. Yep. So let me map that out in trend line instead. So just wait to see, bro. This is the level you're looking for a trade anyway. Not really all of that. Forget all of that. So because it may just come into that level and then continue to the downside, but that's your trade. This is where you're looking for your trade. So this may just it may just oh this may just come into that level and then reject and continue to the downside. So I'm not going to be looking for a trade at that level. This is where I'm going to be looking for a trade with a stop loss. That's not to say that it will not do this. It cannot do that and then break. It's possible, but then I eliminate the possibility of me losing it. I increase my chances of winning it by entering at the key level rather than entering at a level before the key level. Yeah, I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, but that's really what it is. Your most important thing is to make sure that you take a trade at a higher possibility level, at a high possibility trade at a key level, not at the middle of a trade. Because for me, this is the middle of a trade. This is the middle of my two levels. This is a level. This is a level. It is at the middle, so I wouldn't want to take a trade here. I take a trade at this level or at this level. Yep. Um, Euro JPY. I'm not sure about this trade now, but the only thing I'm gonna do is, if I see this trade, this is what I'm looking for. If I see, remember why we were taking this trade, because of that break and retest. He played a lot of pranks around here, and then we left it alone. And then what happened? It dropped. So what we're waiting for right now is for price to break that level again, key level, before we look for our trade. So all of that, it could ignore all of that, or you can put your buy limits, sell limit at this level, so that if it comes back into it, then you know that yes, you're gonna get your trade back down there. But our main trade is this level, waiting for price to break that. But if it does that, it does come here and then retest, this will be your trade. Yep. But I'm not really looking for the upside, to be honest. My main bias is this downs. I just want to stay. So even if it goes up, I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna wait for it to, so if it does that, then that will be my trade for that one. See, I think if one more, two more. Okay, I think I'm gonna look at this one, and then after that, just call it a day. Now, this is another trade. Remember, guys, that we're waiting for that trade to you see, look at the higher time frame, look at where we are, see how strong that level is, see how strong it is. So we're waiting for price to give us that upside. It did give us a bounce when it came down. This bounce came into this level, we saw it and we took it, and then the price had having all of these actions. I think we saw that inverted head and shoulder. Let me see if I had I inverted head and shoulder, and then price came in, did that drop, and then bounced again. So right now, this is where it is at. So I am waiting for price to come down, waiting for price to return down, to that level. They may do like it normally does, comes back to that level, and then to push up. But that's not what other things. See, it's throwing wicks all over the place. I can't take this trade right now because there's so much indecision happening right now. So if you want to take this, a normal thing to do would have been for you to break that level and you take a trade. But because of all of these things happening, it's not sure anymore. So I'd rather just maybe probably put a line above this level. So let me do that with a trend line. Put a line above that level. That level that it has. Let me see. So put a line above that level. If I can just grab this. It's always difficult to sometimes. Okay, I'm just gonna grab it from here. So that, okay. Okay, but anyway, you guys get the point. Put a line above that level and then wait for it to come into it. Then that will be your trade. That will be your trade to continue to buy to the upside, but your first tip will be here. Yep. So that's that one, and then you can continue pushing to the upside if that happens. If you can see, it even looks like a double bottom. Even looks like a double bottom. That forms a double bottom. So for it to break out, in fact, look at it. It looks like a double bottom. How do you trade a double bottom? Break off the neckline, and then it continues to the upside. So yep. So that may be your trade, or that's if it pushes to the upside. But there's a lot of indecision candle going on right here. So now remember, I said first bias is for you to drop all the way down to the ground, to the structure again before pushing to the upside. But if it says it wants to keep pushing to the upside, then the best place to look for a trade is the break of the previous high and retest of that high for you to see that trade. So guys, that brings us to the end of this session. I would see you guys on the other side. I wish you a successful trading week. God bless you. Bye bye.